I welcome you all to this powerful e-learning wherein you will be learning how to become an authority in your industry in 90 days or less. Is that interesting? That makes you excited? Are you excited? I hope you are. Okay, so let me know in the chat box. Whosoever is excited, please write in the chat box. Okay, thank you very much. So we are starting the session now. Let me tell you about myself. I am CA BM Agarwal. I'm an author, entrepreneur, and a business coach. When I say business coach, I'm a bit wrong, you can say. I'm a marketing strategist and a business growth consultant. That is more appropriate. So now, you must have heard this famous quote by Zig Ziglar. If you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. अगर आपको जो कुछ चाहिए वो आपको प्राप्त करना है, आपको वो पाना है, तो आपको बहुत सारे लोगों की मदद करनी होगी, या आप ऐसे कह सकते हैं कि अगर आप बहुत सारे लोगों की मदद करते हैं, उनको वो पाने में, वो अचीव करने में जो कि वो चाहते हैं, तो आपको बहुत कुछ अपने आप मिलता है. This is a system which some organizations like BNI are following. They say givers gain, and that's a beautiful slogan, and one should follow that. Okay, so we should move forward now. This webinar is not for everyone. This is for you if you are just uncertain about what to do in life. This webinar is for you if you don't like what you are doing, or say if you are in a job and you want to quit and you don't know how to quit because you have got other liabilities, other financial requirements. So you can't quit your job like that. And for that, you have to make a strategy. Okay. So what to do in that case? We will be discussing all that. This is for you if you are struggling to find your passion, because passion is the fire inside you. And if you are passionate about what you are doing, you will feel happy, you will feel contented. आपको तकलीफ नहीं होगी, आपको परेशानी नहीं होगी अपना काम करने में, क्योंकि जिस काम को आप प्यार करते हैं, जो काम आपको अच्छा लगता है, वही काम जब आप करते हैं तो आपको इंटरनल सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता है, आपको जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता है, और आपको ऐसे लगता ही नहीं कि आप काम कर रहे हैं. यू डोंट फील लाइक वर्किंग. ओके, यू एंजॉय योर वर्क. बट इफ यू हेट योर वर्क, then you don't enjoy it. As simple as that. This is for you if you want to learn how to get rich and how to have multiple streams of income from your passion. Yes, of course, you can turn your passion into a profitable business and you can have multiple streams of income from your passion. We'll be talking about that later on. Okay. So now let's move forward. This is for you. The webinar is not for me. Okay, my first question. Want to be an influencer? Do you want? Most of you will feel that you want to become an influencer. What is an influencer? There are two types of influencer. One is social media influencer, and the social media influencer does what? He influences people and he helps in marketing products. Okay, he is sort of a hero. He may not be able to convert your life, he may not be able to transform your life, but he is a known figure and people follow them, and they can market each and everything, whatever they promote, that thing sells. Okay, because they have got a large fan following. Now, if you want to be an influencer, there are 7 steps involved. First of all, you have to select your niche. You must be knowing what a niche is. A niche is your work, the work you like, or the work which you want to do. If you are passionate about it, that is your niche. Okay. The second step you need to become an influencer is you have to optimize your social media profiles. May it be LinkedIn, may it be Facebook, may it be Instagram or Twitter or whatever it is. You have to optimize, you have to make it a professional profile, and it should not be having pictures of you like you are enjoying a function, or you are on a holiday, or you are enjoying with the family or your family members along with you. Nothing like that. If you put pictures like that in your profile picture, okay, that spoils your reputation as a professional, as an influencer. So you should be putting a clear, sharp picture of yourself, a professional looking picture of yourself, and you should put all the professional information, and the information which you are putting in your profile should indicate what business you are in, what is your specialization, how you can help your followers, how you can help the society. All these things should be reflected in your social media profile. Okay. Next is understanding the audience. What does it mean? You have to understand who your audience is, because everybody and anybody is not your audience. Your audience is a select segment of the society which you are addressing to. It may be youngster, it may be female, it may be boys, it may be men, it may be businessmen, it may be sports people. So like that, you have got a specific audience, and you must understand according to your niche what your audience is. Once you understand your audience, it becomes easier for you to target them and deliver the things, deliver the content which will be helpful to them in solving their problems, in making their lives better, in improving their lifestyle, and so on. Okay. Then the next step is create and post relevant content. Whatever content you are posting in the social media should be relevant to your niche, should be helpful and valuable for your followers. So if you do like that, gradually your fan following will increase. And once you have got sufficient fan following, then you become an influencer. It depends on you. Some people may be having, say, suppose you have got 500 or 1000 people to follow you on Facebook. That is not a big thing. You may be having 5,000 contacts on Facebook. That's not a big thing. But how many of them follow you regularly? How many of them respond to your content, whatever content you are posting over there? How many of them are responding? How many of them are liking? How many of them are making comments on that? All these things are valuable. Okay. Now, when you are on social media, whatever platform you have selected, you should be regular, you should be consistent. ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि आज पोस्ट कर दिया, फिर एक हफ्ते कुछ नहीं किया, फिर 10 दिन कुछ नहीं किया, फिर एक दिन पोस्ट कर दिया. Not like that. It should be consistent. If you are posting on a regular basis, on it, suppose you are posting every day in the evening, so you must put some content every day in the evening, and there should be no change. And in case some of the days you are not able to do it, that's okay. But otherwise, it should be a regular feature. It should be a regular habit. So you want to become an influencer, make it a habit that you post regular, consistently, and your content should be valuable, should be useful for your followers. It should solve their problems. It should make their lives better. It should help them improve their lifestyle. It should help them removing their pains and whatever. Okay. Then you have to engage with your audience, reply to their comments, make comments on their posts. So that requires a lot of time. If you can spare that much time, you certainly be more popular, and your journey toward becoming an influencer will be fast. Okay. If you don't interact with your audience, with your followers, then it will take longer time. Okay. So once you establish yourself as an influencer, then the world opens for you. You can start making money being an influencer. Companies will start approaching you for promoting their products. Other influencers may also contact you for collaborations and joint ventures and partnerships and things like that. Okay. So these are the 7 steps which you require as an influencer. But I don't want you to be an influencer. Why so? Because I want you to be more than that. And what is more than that? I don't want you to be an influencer. I want you to be a coach. There's a difference between an influencer and a coach. An influencer is a person who is liked by the audience, who is known by the audience, who is popular in the audience. But a coach is the person who transforms their lives and has got a much, much, much bigger value in the eyes of the audience, in the eyes of the followers. So, is it good or not? I think you must agree with me that being a coach or being a trainer is much, much more better than being an influencer. Being a coach, again, you are an influencer, but you are a coach as well. So I want all of you to become coaches and trainers and have a good life. Okay. So let's move forward. Why I want you to become a coach? It's very simple. During last few years, coaching is exploding like anything. It is getting more and more popular during last few years, and it will be popular in the coming many years also. And you can understand the popularity and the importance of coaching that international schools like Harvard and Wharton, they have started and now they offer regular classes on coaching. Is that good? So that means coaching is gaining momentum. Coaching is the thing to stay there. That's the reason such big institutions have started classes on coaching. Okay. Global coaching business is right now more than 17 billion US dollars. Billion I'm talking about. 17 billions US dollars, and that is bound to grow manifold in the years to come. And there's a big, big, big scope for coaching all over the world and in India too. Okay, that's the reason I want more and more people to become coaches and trainers and have their life in a better way, enjoy their life, and make an impact in the lives of their followers also. Is that good? In tough times, when every other business is just languishing or is on the downside, okay, coaching is the only business which is thriving and will continue to thrive. Is that good? I think you're with me and you agree with me that coaching is a business which is thriving, which is growing, and which will continue to grow. Okay. Now, what do? You help people, you help others. If you remember, the first quote with which we started today's presentation was, if you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want. So coaching is helping people to get what they want. As simple as that. But the problem is that most people don't know what they want in life. Most of them, if you ask somebody, what will they reply? Suppose somebody wants money, he'll say, I want more money, I want a bigger house, I want a big car, I want this, I want this. They are not specific. So unless you are specific, you don't know what exactly you are looking for. A bigger house can be a two-room house also. A bigger room can be a mansion having, say, 5-10 rooms. A big car can be a sedan, and a big car can be a BMW or a Mercedes. So a big car doesn't express what exactly you are looking for. Okay, बहुत सारा पैसा doesn't mean anything. Suppose you have got 5 lakhs rupees and I give you, some people say मेरे को और पैसा चाहिए, ज़्यादा पैसा चाहिए. I give you 100 rupees more, you will be having more now. Are you satisfied? No, that's not the thing. You should have a specified target or a specified level where you want to reach. Okay. So this is for the coach to make them understand what exactly they want in life. Okay. When you specialize in helping people figure out what they want, you can become incredibly valuable for them. That is very important. Okay. Now we start with the mistakes which most of the most of the new coaches make. The first thing is they copy content from Google or they steal content from others. They lift the content as it is and they start delivering. That is wrong. You can have ideas from Google, you can have ideas from other coaches, and you have to evolve. You have to understand that, and accordingly, you have to create your own content. Don't copy, don't steal content from anywhere, either from Google or any other website or a blog or anywhere else. Okay, you can take inspiration from there and then you can go ahead, move ahead, create your own, right? Now, most of the people, most of the coaches, they act as general practitioners. What do I mean by that? You understand? Suppose you go to a doctor, maybe an MBBS or maybe an MD. You go to a doctor for a petty, a small problem. But suppose somebody has got a cardiac problem, a heart problem, or a serious lung problem. Would you go to a normal MBBS or MD doctor? You will not. You will prefer to go to a specialist. In the case of heart, you will go to a cardiologist. In the case of other problems, you will go to that particular specialist. You won't go to a general practitioner. So similarly, the coaches which teach each and everything to one and everyone, they are like general practitioners and they don't have much value among their followers. They have got a very small fan following. They have got a very small league of people following them. They get smaller business. But once you become a specialist, you are more valuable and you make more money, you earn more respect, and you are more important in the eyes of your followers. So that's the reason you should try becoming a specialist, not a generalist. Okay. Some coaches are delivery focused. Most of them, what they do, they have skills, they have knowledge, but their focus is on delivering, 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 delivering. What is the mistake they are making? They don't market themselves. Either they don't know how to market or they don't believe in marketing and they are just waiting कि लोग हमें पहचानेंगे, लोग हमारा कंटेंट देखेंगे, लोग हमारा टैलेंट देखेंगे, फिर लोग आने शुरू हो जाएंगे. ऐसे नहीं कोई आता भैया. You have to promote yourself, you have to market yourself. So these are the three mistakes which new coaches make. Now a few more mistakes. They don't value their own coaching and training. Most of them, they don't value. And if you don't value your product or your coaching, then how you can expect others to give a value to that? Others will not put any value to your coaching if you don't value it. So you have to first value your training and coaching, then people will start taking it as a valuable thing. So remember this, you have to think that whatever you are coaching is valuable and it must be valuable. Not only your thinking, it should actually be valuable. And you must also understand that it's valuable. And then people will consider this to be valuable. Okay. So these are the basic things. Now, some people start giving their coaching for free. They don't charge anything. But that's a wrong practice. That's a wrong practice. You may charge less, you may charge more, but never, ever, never, never, never give your training and your coaching for free. Whatever you feel like, it may be a small amount, but you should start charging. Okay, if you keep on giving it free, it will lose its value and people will not have a respect for you and they'll take you very lightly. Understand? Now, the next mistake which people commit is, the new coaches particularly, they cram each and everything, whatever they know, they want to tell to the audience in every session, which is wrong. You should have separate sessions for separate information. Okay. So that is one thing which should be kept in mind. Otherwise, it's going to be problematic for you. So do you want to know the secrets of highly paid coaches? Should I tell you what makes them highly paid coaches? There are low paid coaches, there are highly paid coaches. So what is the difference? If you want to know the difference, there are three secrets. Secret number one, highly paid coaches don't sell coaching. They don't sell coaching. What they sell is, they sell results. Because your client is not interested to buy your coaching. He's not interested. Suppose whatever you are coaching, suppose you are coaching weight loss. Your client is not interested in taking your coaching. What he is interested in, he wants to lose weight. So he wants a result. He doesn't want your coaching. But of course, your coaching is going to help them in losing the weight. So you have to package it in such a way that your training or your coaching is result oriented, and you package it in such a way that it is a result which your coaching will deliver. You are not selling the coaching and you are selling the results. If your coaching is not giving results, it will not be sold. But you have to sell the results and not your coaching. Clear? So should we move forward? You should know the language also, what the client understands. Some people start using heavy vocabulary and heavy words which the audience doesn't understand. So the present age, the modern age, people like to hear, like to listen, like to read normal day-to-day language. They are not interested in knowing your vocabulary knowledge. So use simple language which your audience understands, which your followers understands, which your students understand. Okay. Now, what more? The second secret is that these highly paid coaches, they don't coach for action. They don't coach for action, and instead they coach for transformation. They want to transformation to occur amongst their audience. They want their audience, their followers, to be transformed to an altogether new person, a new personality. Okay. Suppose there's a client, okay, and he wants to grow his business. So what you sell is, you sell results, that how to set up a business, how to grow your business. And in that case, you have to think like the client. Don't think like a coach, think like a client. Okay. Because the client is always interested in the result. How he is going to get, that is your headache, not his headache. Okay. Whatever is the desire of the client or the result he wants, you should focus on that transformation from heavyweight to lesser weight to a fit body, or say from a startup to a big business venture, things like that. So you should be focusing on transforming your clients, transforming your students' lives. Okay, that should be the focus. And your coaching must make a difference, and it must transform their lives, because transition is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, but ultimately transformation takes place. If you want to understand it properly, this is a better example. You must have seen a cocoon. A cocoon is the early form of a butterfly. It takes time, and with the passage of time, a butterfly comes out of the cocoon, and that's a transformation. A cocoon cannot fly. You will not like a cocoon. It looks very disgusting. But when the butterfly comes out of it, everybody loves butterflies. Everybody wants to see them. They get happy to see a butterfly. Okay, that's the difference. Secret number 3. The secondary function is hidden in the entire process. And what is the secondary function? Always be planning your next level. You should think about the next level of your client, but at the same time, you should also be focusing, you should also be targeting your next level, and you should be planning for that. Okay. And the interesting thing here is that your secondary function is paid research. Your client is paying you, and you come to know what sells, what works, what doesn't sell, what doesn't work. So while you're selling your coaching and getting money for that, you also understand what sells, what doesn't, what brings in a difference in the life of the students, what transforms them, and what doesn't, what works and what doesn't work. So this is a byproduct. Okay. So coaching allows you to test your ideas, your techniques, your methodologies, everything. At the same time, you are making money. Okay. Then gradually, once you know what works, what sells, you can create more products out of that. Out of the same knowledge, you can start group coaching, you can start online courses, you can start membership websites, so many things. You can start a book, whatever you feel like you can do with the knowledge, because your knowledge is now proven and people are liking it and it works. So you can package your knowledge into digital products, and that will give a massive leverage to your business. Okay. Now, to your surprise, there are approximately 8 billion people in the world, and the number of coaches in the world is approximately 1 lakh. Just 1 lakh coaches for 8 billion people. See the difference. See the difference. There are 10 million doctors in the world and 100 million teachers in the world for a population of 8 billion people. Okay. And just 1 lakh coaches. So see that major difference. There are 100 times more doctors than coaches, and there are 1,000 times more teachers than coaches. So you can understand that there is a huge demand and scope for coaching. Okay. You can just imagine that this big, huge stadium full of audience waiting for you to be coached. For each coach, there is approximately 80,000 people, and that too when they are getting coaching or they are taking coaching just for one particular topic. Remember, one person can go for a yoga coaching, he can at the same time go for a weight loss coaching, he can at the same time go for a business coaching, he can at the same time go for a speakers coaching, whatever n number of things are there. So the possibilities, the opportunities are immense, and there's a huge population waiting for you out there as a coach. Okay, so best of luck, and I hope that excites you. Are you excited? Are you excited? Tell me in the comment box if you are excited. Tell me. If you are excited, tell me in the comment box. Okay, but the problem is, that's a common problem amongst all of us, amongst most of the humans. There's a common problem that we don't want to come out of the comfort zone. Why? Because we feel safe there and we feel comfortable in the comfort zone. If we try to go out of the comfort zone, it is something fearful. And most of us don't want to go out of the comfort zone. But my dear friends, there is a learning zone after the fear zone, and there is a growth zone after the learning zone. That means once you may feel fear, but don't that fear stop you from growing and from going ahead in your life, because the more you move ahead, there is a scope for learning, and there are a lot of things which you can learn, because learning is growing and growing is living. Okay. But what the problem is, why people don't do that? The real problem, want to know what is the real problem? The real problem is lack of awareness. And what is lack of awareness? Should we try to understand? This is not the problem. Poverty, hunger, this is not the problem. mediocrity is not the problem. This is not the problem. This is not the problem. The life should be something like that. You appreciate that? If you are able to achieve that kind of a life, will that be good? I hope you would like that. But why? Why most of us are not able to go there, not able to reach there? Want to know? Just watch this video.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a theory in psychology. It argues that there are 5 stages of human needs that motivate our behavior. Abraham Maslow proposed his theory in 1943 after studying what he called exemplary people, such as Albert Einstein or Eleanor Roosevelt. First, there are physiological needs, such as the need to breathe, eat, drink, or sleep. The moment we get enough of that and we feel awake and our bellies are full, we get motivated by the next thing. Now we want safety. We try to earn money, build up resources, and look for shelter that protects us against dangers. Once we are satisfied and feel safe, we have time to think about what we want next. At stage 3, we seek love and belonging. We desire to be close to family and friends, belong to a society, or join a gang. But the moment we feel completely part of a group, we already wish to be a little different than the rest. At stage 4, we look for esteem, self-confidence, and respect from our peers. We want to be someone. If we have money, we buy a fancy watch. If we have a brain, we write or think or work a lot. Motivation to perform and compete is now at its highest. Students, sportsmen, and inventors excel. Neil Armstrong even flew to the moon. Only if we breathe and drink and eat and sleep enough, and we feel safe and part of a group and still special, only then can we reach level 5, self-actualization. Now we can relax, be creative, accept facts for what they are, give back or do whatever we want. No more pressure, unless of course there is trouble below. If you are a leader and believe in the theory, use it. First, make sure everyone has eaten well. Then, make them feel safe and help them belong to a group. Once they feel they belong, they are ready to stand out and excel. Thanks for watching.
So, did you like this small video? This is the theory of life. This is the philosophy of life, which is applicable to almost all of us. Okay. So, as the video was telling, there was a philosopher named Maslow. And in 1943, he established these facts. He researched, and the result was that the first stage is physiological needs, like basic needs like air, food, water, shelter, sleep. These are the basic needs of every human being. So once these needs are satisfied, then comes safety needs like personal security, health, employment. Then comes love and belonging like family, friendship, society, community. And most of the people, they are not able to rise above these 3 levels. That is the problem. The problem was not in poverty, not in hunger, not in mediocrity, not in the 9 to 5. But the problem is that people stop thinking when they reach this level. खाने पीने को है, safety है, घर है, यार दोस्त हैं, party हो रही है, that's all. Good enough. उसके बाद नहीं चाहिए कुछ. Some of us, they feel the need for self-respect, for self-confidence, for a status, and they work for that. So that is the 4th stage. And if you cross the 4th stage, the actual life is at the 5th stage, and very few people reach there. And my goal here in this class and in my life is to take more and more people to the 5th stage. I am trying to reach there. I want all of you to be along with me in that journey. Is that clear? self-actualization, where you are free of all the pressures, where you have a life which you desired, which you can model for others also, and which can work as a wonderful example for others. Okay, and you can transform the lives of the people who are following you, who are close to you, who are near and dear to you. The problem is why this doesn't happen, that people are doing what they don't love. Most of us, they keep stuck in their 9 to 5 jobs. They don't want to leave, or say they can't leave the 9 to 5 job. Why? Even if they have got talents, even if they want to quit, the problem is कैसे काम चलेगा, आज जॉब छोड़ देंगे, पैसा कहां से आएगा? So my dear friends, क्या करेंगे? You decide your niche, you learn the desired skills, you take the necessary training, then put your knowledge to test whether there are buyers or not. Okay, and once you feel that there are buyers, you create a buffer stock, a reserve of money which can run your household for 6 to 12 months, say 1 year. You should have a reserve of at least 1 year's expenses, your household expenses, and then you can take the plunge. Then you can shift to, gradually along with the job, you start your passion, you start your profession as a coach, and gradually your income start growing in the coaching business. So a day will come very soon that when you can quit your job and switch over completely to your coaching or training business. Is that good? Fine. Now, most of us, they depend on a single source of income. The salaried people are dependent on salary and they are living a paycheck to paycheck life. And the problem is, on the first or second or the seventh, whenever they are getting the check, they are the richest. They feel that they are the richest person on earth. But within 4 to 5 days, almost 80% of that is gone. And within 20 days, almost 95% of that is gone. And last 5-6 days they are just very broke and all that. I'm not laughing at them. I'm just laughing at this situation. Why? Because we are doing what we don't love. If you do what you love, your life will change altogether. Are you excited? तो क्या करना है? जो चीज आपको अच्छी लगती है वो करिए, जो अच्छी नहीं लगती, मजबूरी में कर रहे हैं, उसको मत करिए. Don't do what you don't like. Okay? The choice is yours. You can do whatever you feel like, whatever you love, or you can remain stuck in your 9 to 5 or whatever small business you are into. You can keep stuck there. Nobody is stopping you, but everybody has got a desire to move ahead. You must also be having a desire to move ahead. So for that, you have to learn new skills. You have to take certain steps, and that, my dear friends, will take you certainly to the level where you want to reach. Nobody can stop you. If you have got a burning desire and if you take appropriate action, nobody can stop you and you become unstoppable. As simple as that. Okay. Now, the third problem is, as I was just talking, most of us, we are afraid to learn new skills. हमें तो सब कुछ आता है. हमें सब कुछ आता है, but when it comes to putting the things into practice, ये तो मुझे नहीं आता, ये तो मुझे नहीं आता, means we had a wrong notion that we know each and everything. Nobody is perfect on the earth, let me tell you. So if you want to grow, you have to learn, or say, I should include myself, we have to learn modern age skills, because skills, things, systems keep on changing with the time. So if we don't learn the skills of the modern age, we will be left behind. Agree with me? Now, another problem is that you are exchanging time for money. पैसा मिल रहा है, काम कर रहे हैं. That is not life, my dear. Think beyond that. Okay. New economy. What is there? What is the difference in the new economy and old economy? Old economy, professions like doctors, lawyers, engineers, entrepreneurs, scientists, they are on the downside. They are just decreasing. The demand is decreasing. The income is decreasing. Workload is increasing. Income is decreasing. In the new economy, all these things are popular, are getting attraction of the people, are gaining new heights day by day. Blogging, digital marketing, Instagram influencing, high ticket closers, LinkedIn coaches, coaching and consulting, training, all these things are gaining momentum and are giving wonderful returns, wonderful income, wonderful lifestyle to the new generation. And whosoever transforms from the old economy to the new economy will be a winner. Mind it, note it down. Okay. So what we have to do? Suppose there is a computer and there is a button like that. You press that button, money button, and money starts coming. Will that be wonderful? I would be the first person if there's a computer like that. But my dear friends, let me tell you that whatever laptop, computer or mobile phone you are having is having a button like this. You can't see it, but there is a button. Okay. And you have to just find out that button and start moving ahead in life. And what the button is? What the button is? Convert your ideas into money. As simple as that. Whatever is your passion, whatever is your ideas, you have to convert your ideas into money by converting them, your passion and your purpose, into a business. And not only one source of income. If you convert your passion into business, you can have multiple sources of income. So convert your knowledge into money. That is the mantra. Keep it in mind. And for that, you have to become an authority. How you can become an authority? See the difference. When I started this webinar today, I said, do you want to become an influencer? Now you see that there is a difference, a huge difference between an influencer and being an authority. Once you are an authority, people respect you like you are something big. You are big. They want to follow you. So my dear friends, these are the steps if you want to become an authority. You can note them down. The steps to become an authority. Do you want to become an authority? Note down the steps. The first step is finding your micro niche. I'll tell you what micro niche is. Note down, the first step is micro niche. The second step is crafting your elevator pitch. I'll explain each and everything to you. Just note it down. Then content creation. Okay. Then comes systems. Then comes community. Then comes products. And then comes strategy. But the problem with us is that the moment we think of something or a business, we think about products and we think about one thing, how to sell it. Becho, 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 becho. Okay. That is the wrong approach. That doesn't work in the new economy. That doesn't work in the modern day society. Why? Because today's customer, today's consumer is much, much more wiser than the earlier people. Okay. Now, the first step, if we talk about, is to find your micro niche. What is a micro niche? You understand niche? You understand niche? Niche is the area in which you want to work. Is the business or the, say, type of business which you want to go into. Okay, that is a bigger scenario, a bigger niche. But if you concentrate on a bigger niche, you are a nobody. Yes, you are a nobody. Suppose you are a doctor. Somebody asks you, what do you do for a living? And you answer, I'm a doctor. I'm an engineer. I'm a coach. I'm an advocate. I'm a trainer. That's a wrong answer, my dear friends. That's a wrong answer. Because if you say I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm a chartered accountant, I'm a coach, I'm an advocate or things like that, you are a generalist. You are a generalist, a general practitioner. Whereas the world is looking for and searching for specialists. This is the age wherein specialists will survive, not generalists. आप किसी जनरल फिजिशियन के पास जाते हो क्या? सिंपल सी चीज है यार. Just try to understand. Okay. So what you want to be? Tell me, this is a question. What do you want to be? Ask yourself. You want to be a generalist or a specialist? Of course, everybody would like to be a specialist. Then how to become a specialist? For that you have to find your micro niche. And what's a micro niche? How to find that? You want me to tell you? Okay. Finding your micro niche. Your niche must have 3 components. Every niche, whatever, whether this is a global niche or a smaller niche or a micro niche, a niche must have 3 components. The first component is passion. Yes, you must be passionate about whatever you want to do. If you are not passionate, you will not be able to do justice with whatever you are doing. Note it down that this is the first requirement of finding your niche. You must be passionate about whatever you want to do. Okay. Now, the second requirement is that you should have the required skill for that passion or for that business or for that profession. Agree with me? You need the skills. First thing is you must have a passion. Second requirement is that you must have the skills. And if you don't have the skills, you must learn the skills. Okay. And the third requirement is there should be a demand for whatever you want to do. Suppose you want to do something and for that there is, you know the thing also, you have got all the skills, but there is no demand for that in the market. What will you do? You will be a failure. So your niche should be something for which you are passionate, for which you have got skills, and for which there is demand in the market. Okay. So that is your niche, this area. Okay. This area is your niche. Is that clear? Now, how to reach there? There's a global niche. Suppose I say we are into healthcare. Healthcare is a very wide term that includes yoga, that includes naturopathy, that includes hospitals, that includes medicine, that includes a lot of things. Healthcare. So if suppose somebody says, I'm into healthcare, it's a very, very vague thing. Now suppose somebody says, I'm a yoga trainer. Again, yoga is a very wide term, and again this is vague. That becomes specific niche. From a global niche, that becomes a specific niche. Then what is a micro niche? Suppose you are a yoga therapist, a yoga trainer, and you tell people that I am a yoga trainer for men above 40. That becomes a micro niche. Suppose you tell I'm a yoga trainer for men above 40 and in Delhi only. Then this is the perfect micro niche. Suppose you are a dermatologist and you say, I help people to have a healthy looking skin, and that too for female within the age group of 25 to 35 in Delhi. It's a specific micro niche. So accordingly, you can decide what micro niche you want to go into. That is a micro niche. And okay, here you will feel that if you are just restricting yourself to a very small segment of the society, you will be having lesser clients. I agree, you will be having lesser clients, but you will be more popular in that particular niche, and you will be able to command a higher fee or a higher price for whatever you are offering. So ultimately, you will be ending up making much more money than in the general practice. A specialist always makes more money than a generalist. Okay. Now, is it clear how to Find your niche. Is it clear? Now the second thing is you have to craft your elevator pitch. Now, what is an elevator pitch? Do you know? Do you know what is an elevator pitch? Okay, I'll explain you. An elevator pitch is, suppose you are just about to enter a lift and some unknown person is also entering the lift along with you, and by chance he smiles at you or you smile at him and he asks, what do you do? I'm a doctor. Chapter closed, no further talk. And if you say, I'm a doctor, or say, I'm into healthcare, helping people within the age group of 25 to 35 in having a healthy, glowing skin. The person will have a curiosity. How do you do that? And the conversation starts. Once the conversation starts, the door starts opening for you. You have got a new contact. You may exchange card with them or exchange number with them. And now you start growing your circle and you start growing your business because you are establishing yourself as a specialist, as a master. And today there is a demand, huge demand for specialists, not for journalists. Okay. So this is the elevator pitch. This should not be for more than 10-20 seconds. That should be perfect on your tongue. You should learn it by your heart. कि जहां भी किसी को बोलना पड़े फट 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 जैसे टेप रिकॉर्डर होता है, आपने बटन दबाया और विद इन 10 to 15 seconds आपने अपना इंट्रोडक्शन प्रोफेशनली दिया. That is your elevator pitch. You have to craft it carefully and you should learn it by heart. It's very simple. Okay, but this is very, very important. Now, the third and a bit tough work is creating content. Yes, my dear friends, if you want to become an authority, you want to become an influencer, you want to become a coach, you have to create content. There are various forms of content. We'll talk about it, but content creation is a must. It should be engaging. The content should be engaging, should be valuable, should bring some benefit to the user and the society. Okay, it should not be something like which has got no meaning or no value. If you are doing like that, it's waste. So what can be the form of a content? It can be writing a book. What we are talking about? What we are talking about? We are talking about the steps of becoming an authority. You have to become an authority, and if you just see the first letters of this word authority, just remove ty, ity, and what remains is be the author. So if you want to become an authority, you have to become an author. That's a basic requirement, my dear friends. And if you complete this one particular thing, you will be altogether elevated to a new height. But there's a big problem here. Most of the people think that when they become an authority, they will write a book. This is the first thing. I'm not an authority. How can I write a book? That is the biggest mistake people are making, and you are also making. My dear friends, the day you write a book and your book is published, you automatically become an authority. Note it down. The day your book is published, you automatically become an authority. Now people start taking you as somebody who is knowledgeable, who is valuable, who is important, and you get a new elevation in your profession, in your life. So writing a book is a must. If you don't know how to write a book, I can teach you in my workshops. We are going to conduct a workshop very soon, a series of workshops rather, where I'll be teaching all of the things. Why I said all, because there are so many things involved. So that is the reason we'll be teaching everything related to this particular profession, that is coaching or becoming an authority. all the things we'll be teaching over there in the workshop. Okay. Now, you can write blog posts, you can write articles for the magazine, because this is not the age of the print material. Not printed art, magazines or newspapers are very less, and that these things are being replaced by blogs. So you can start writing articles for blogs. You can create videos for YouTube and other platforms, for Facebook or Instagram and other places. Okay. But it should be valuable, it should be useful, it should give an impact, positive impact in the lives of the user. That's a basic requirement, and it should be done on a consistent, regular basis. Okay. Now, once you start creating these content pieces, whether this is a book, whether this is a blog, whether these are videos, whether these are motivational quote images, whatever it is, it should be done on a regular basis. Now for a book, people are afraid, मेरे को तो आता नहीं है, मेरी इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं है. अरे यार हिंदी में लिख लो ना, पंजाबी में लिख लो, जिस लैंग्वेज में आप जानते हो उसमें लिख लो. And I tell you, writing a book is not that difficult. If you take my workshop, I'll explain it to you. It's damn simple, and it was very difficult in the old days to get your book published. Now Amazon Baba is there, like Google Baba. Amazon is there for publishing of your book, and you can publish your book easily on Amazon. Okay, so all the things will be explained in the workshop if you join that. Now the next step is systems. You should have systems also. You should know and understand what are the systems you will be requiring. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. But if you want to grow in your business, you have to have them. First is email marketing. You must know how to do email marketing. If you don't know, you have to learn this, because sending emails from your Google or your Yahoo or your Hotmail, all these things, is not practically possible. You have to send a few, you can send a few emails at a time. But suppose you have got 10,000 people in your list, how your Google or your Yahoo is going to be useful? It cannot. They'll block your account. So for that, there are email services available, and automated email services with autoresponders. You can set up a system over there, a series of emails, maybe 5, 10, 20, 50 emails, and one after the other at a fixed interval, or depending upon the behavior of your client or the contact, emails will be sent automatically to all of them. So that is a proper system, a marketing system. People are making huge money marketing various products through emails. And one more thing I'd like to tell you, that suppose if you are depending on Facebook or on YouTube or on Google or on Instagram or on LinkedIn, they may change their system, their requirements, their algorithm any day, and they keep on changing the things. Every day there are changes, which most of people don't know. The system keeps on changing. So if they, like long back, Google changed their ad rates drastically. Okay. And most of the people who were advertising on Google and their businesses were dependent on Google advertising, they were finished overnight, because the new rates were not affordable for them. They were small-time business people, and Google raised their ad rates to a new high, which was beyond the reach of the small people. Why Google did that? Because Google had started getting ads from big corporates. They were willing to pay more. So when somebody is getting more for the same space, why should they sell it for a smaller amount, for a lesser amount, for at a cheap rate? They will not. So the things can change in Facebook, in Google or other places. But if you have got an email list, that is your asset, that is your private property. Nobody can steal it from you. That is your capped audience. Okay, the captive audience is always, always, always better than any other outside system. Agree with me? Now, the second system which you must learn, this is something new which has started recently, that is WhatsApp marketing, bulk WhatsApp marketing. Now there are systems and apps. By using those apps, you can sell bulk messages on WhatsApp also. So this is another thing which you must understand. Then there is Telegram. You must understand Telegram as well. Okay. Once you understand these things, then you must have funnels in place. You know funnel? Are you aware what a funnel is? तेल डालते हैं ना, बोतल में तेल डालना हो वैसे डालेंगे तो बिखर जाएगा ना. तो एक वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं कीप, कुप्पी, वो बॉटल पे लगाते हैं, उसमें ऊपर से डालते हैं तो नीचे अंदर जो भी तेल, पानी, दवाई, व्हाटएवर इट इज, बॉटल में चला जाता है, बिखरता नहीं. ओके. So here the funnel, role of the funnel is that you draw traffic. Traffic means people from various sources. वो आते हैं, उनमें आप awareness create करते हो, फिर उनका interest बनता है, फिर वो decide करते हैं, फिर वो action लेते हैं और आपका product या आपकी service खरीदते हैं, and ultimately you get customers out of the public which is approaching your business. This is the funnel. So you have to create funnels and you have to use funnels if you want to automate your business. When you start using funnels, your business will be run 24/7, 365. Okay, you don't have to work all the time. While you are speaking, sleeping, your business is on. When you are on a vacation, your business is on automatically. People keeps on coming, and they are making decisions and they are purchasing your products automatically, all on its own. You don't have to do anything. Okay. Now, then it comes to webinars. These days, webinars are getting momentum, are very popular, and I tell you, webinars are very effective. Very, very effective. Okay. But at the same time, you must learn video creation and video editing as well. There are free tools available. You don't need expensive cameras for making videos. All of us have got this particular thing. This small thing is enough for creating videos. Okay. So use your smartphone, create good videos, not like that देखो मैं कनॉट प्लेस में घूम रहा हूँ, या देखो मैं एयरपोर्ट पे हूँ, या देखो मैं दुबई में हूँ. Not like that. It should be something which gives value to your viewers, which gives some value to the society, and those videos will work wonders in establishing you as an authority. It should be on a regular basis. So you must have the knowledge and systems for editing and all that. Okay. Now, the next step is creating communities. भैया communities यहाँ हिंदू मुस्लिम community नहीं बनाना है. Okay. When I say creating communities, is you have to create your own communities, your own groups, your own follower group on social media platforms like WhatsApp, like Facebook, like YouTube, like LinkedIn or Telegram, and blah, 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 blah. You should have a bigger community. You're starting with one platform. You can start with one platform, maybe Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is, and gradually move on to other platforms also. And you should have communities of your own, and gradually convert that community into your email list. Once you convert that into email list, then it becomes your own personal asset. Okay, which you can utilize for promoting anything and everything. But you have to nurture your list also. That is a separate thing which I teach in the email marketing course. Okay. Now, it comes to products. Whereas normally people think product बनाओ और उसका marketing शुरू कर दो, बेच दो. That's wrong, as I told you earlier. So products can be free products. Some of the products free बांट दो सबको free में. अभी आप बोलोगे, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले आप बोल रहे थे free नहीं देना. बट ये वो चीज है, मछली आपको अगर लेनी है, मछली का शिकार करना है, तो यू हैव टू हैव ए बेट, कांटा डालते हैं ना. So these free things are just for attracting the masses to you, to your products, to your services. So there's some small things has to be free, which you have to keep on distributing, keep on giving free regularly. Okay. Then the second category is affordable products. So anybody and everybody can buy them, and once they use it, they see that the product or the service or the training or the coaching is useful, they become your followers, they become a loyal customer to you. And then comes the core product. Whatever core product you have to focus on the sale of that product. Okay. Once you reach there, then you should develop some premium products also, like membership sites or mind what do you call it, mastermind groups or other coaching groups, where it can be a monthly meet or a fortnightly meet, or you can have them in your mastermind or group or club, whatever you call it, for say 6 months, for 1 year, and you charge heavy fees for that. People interact amongst themselves, and you give them valuable knowledge and information which is useful for their business. Okay. So there can be a number of things which can be evolved out of this, but there should be beginning with the free products. Okay. Now, after the products, you should have strategies, product strategies, whatever products you are going to have. Then marketing strategies, sales strategies, and what you are planning for the future. So you have to focus on all these 4 areas. If you just leave anyone out of them, you will not be that much successful, which you can be if you focus on each and everything. Okay. Now, there are 3 types of coaches. If we talk about, we start from the top. So hardly 1 or 2% coaches are high impact, high income coaches. Okay. After that, there is a second category, approximately 28-29% of the coaches, they are high impact, low income. They know the skills, they know the subject, but their incomes are low because of any reasons. What can be the reasons? They are not marketing themselves. They don't want to market themselves. They are depending on their knowledge and think that people will recognize one day and this will start moving. So it's not like that. Because if you have the knowledge, you must market it. You must take benefit out of it. Okay. Now, and the third category, that is approximately 70% of the mass, that is low impact, low income group. They come into this profession, linger on, struggle for a year or two, and they leave it saying that this is not my cup of tea. So the main problem is with this particular 70% section, they don't learn the skills, they don't learn marketing, and they don't do any marketing. Okay. Basic thing is skills which they don't have, knowledge they don't have. They just look at, अच्छा योग में आज बहुत पैसा बन रहा है, मैं भी योग ट्रेनर बन जाता हूँ. अच्छा हेल्थ केयर में तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. ये अच्छा बिजनेस ट्रेनर बनना है, मैं ये बन जाता हूँ. किसी को देखा and you start that thing, so that doesn't make sense. Okay. You have to have knowledge, you have to have skills for that. And this 29-28% category, they know the skills, they know the subject, they have the knowledge, but they don't market themselves. They don't put them at a proper place. They don't have any proper placements. They don't have that status because they are not marketing. So if we have the skills, we have the knowledge, and whatever we don't know, we learn it. And after that, we start marketing ourselves so we can reach the number 1 position. Nobody is going to stop us. As simple as that. Okay. Now, why coaches shy away from marketing? क्यों नहीं करते marketing? क्यों नहीं करते? Because they don't have the knowledge. उनको पता नहीं है marketing कैसे करनी है. या वो अपनी false ego में रहते हैं. They have a false ego. I am a big coach. People must know me from the quality of my coaching and my products. Why should I go in the market for marketing and sales? People should come to me. My dear friends, people will come to you when they know about you. If nobody knows about you, how you expect them to come to you? Suppose you are the best product in the market, but you don't market it, you don't advertise it, you don't put your product in front of the masses or the public, how people will come to know and how they are going to come to you? They cannot. Okay, so marketing is a must. And there are some people who has got the knowledge, who are masters of the subject, but they are afraid of marketing. They don't want to do marketing. उनको डर लगता है यार पता नहीं क्या होगा, लोग मुझे चीप समझेंगे, मैं कैसे वीडियो बनाऊंगा, मैं पब्लिक के सामने स्टेज पे बोल सकता हूँ, I can deliver a lecture in front of hundreds or thousands of audience, but facing a camera is altogether different. People are always afraid of facing a camera. And now, right now, I'm just talking to a camera and you are hearing me. So this is the thing which you have to develop. And this is not a very difficult thing to do. If you start doing it, just 5, 6, 7 trials and you will be okay with that, and another 8, 10, 12, 15 trials and you will be perfect in that. Okay, so don't be afraid of the camera. Just start using it, start making videos, and your hitch will go away. Okay, and there are another category who feel contented. यार बहुत है, मेरे को लाख 2 लाख आ जाता है, मेरे को इससे ज्यादा नहीं चाहिए यार, अपना दाल रोटी बढ़िया चल रही है. तो भैया दाल रोटी ही मिलेगी ना, आपको शाही पनीर नहीं मिलेगा. If you want shahi paneer, you have to make some efforts, my dear friends. You have to market yourself, isn't it? Agree with me? Okay. Now, if we analyze, there are 4 types of business models in coaching and consulting and training. Okay. If we draw a graph, we take the x-axis volume and y-axis as value. Okay. Now, if you have got a training or a coaching program which is low value and the volume is also low, then what will happen? You will not be making enough money for survival also. You will remain a struggler. Okay, because low value and low volume. Okay, then there is another category which is high value. They know the subject, they have the skills, but they don't market themselves. They not put their knowledge in front of the world, and therefore their volume is low. So they are just surviving. They are just survivors. Okay. Now, then there comes a third category, which is low value but high volume. The value is less. You are selling your coaching for a small fee, but the volume is very high. The other day, just 2-3 days ago, I was looking at a small ad in the Facebook. That fellow was selling something for $2.99. For $2.99, and he was showing his bank statement or his collection statement for last 11 months, and you will be surprised, this was 1.57 crore. And if you look at the face of that person, it was pathetic. You won't believe, but just by looking at that person, that he has made 1.57 crores during last 11 months. So that is low value and high volume. Because of marketing, the volume became high and he made money. And the fourth and best model is high value, high volume. This is the ultimate aim where you should focus. Okay. High value, you should charge high fee. Your product should also be high value product, and the volume should be also high. And then that's a win-win-win-win for you. Nobody can beat you at that place. Okay. Let's move ahead. What coaches need to do? क्या करना पड़ेगा? क्या करना चाहिए? Hmm? You have to be good at content creation. No doubt about it. Your product should be good. Your coaching style should be good. Your should delivery should be good. That means your content must be valuable. It must provide value to your audience, and your delivery style will should also be good. It should be entertaining, should not be boring. Okay, लोग बोर होंगे तो भाग जाएंगे ना भैया. तो बीच बीच में आप कुछ कुछ थोड़ा थोड़ा करिए, so that you are delivering the knowledge, and knowledge is always boring. So if you are delivering something which is boring, you have to put in something in between which eases the boredom. Okay, so content has to be good and valuable. This is the first thing. Second thing is that you have to market yourself and your programs. In marketing, the funda is पहले हम बिकते हैं, फिर प्रोडक्ट बिकता है. Means if the buyer doesn't have trust on us, he is not comfortable with us, he will not buy our product, whatever it is. So the person, the buyer, the customer should have faith on us, should have trust on us. That means पहले हमको बिकना है, फिर हमारा प्रोडक्ट बिकेगा. Okay, so for that we need to do marketing, and that too very focused and planned marketing, so that our product is put in front of the audience, in front of the masses, in front of the public, and we create buyers for that by creating trust. Okay, now if we market, there are two things. Again, a graph, x-axis marketing, y-axis content and delivery. If the content and delivery is low quality, marketing is also low, then you are a struggler. If your content quality and delivery is good and marketing is low, you will survive in the industry. Then there is a third category which can be a scam. Yes, my dear, I call it. It can be a scam. There are two types of people in scam. Either they don't know what they are doing, or they know what they are doing and they just marketing, and the product is useless and worthless. So if your product is useless, if your product is not going to give value and you're just selling it on the basis of marketing, that is a wrong practice. If you plan something like that, I will request you not to do that. Your product should be good, it should have value, and then you have to market it. So if your product is high value and you are doing higher market, proper marketing, then you are a winner. Simple. Now, there are certain hidden secrets of this trade which I'll not disclose here, that I'll teach in my workshops, and these hidden secrets will make your business easier and will help you in expanding your business very, very fast and grow it to a new height. Okay. Now, what are those secrets that we'll be talking in the workshop? Now we come to a point why people fail. Everybody is not successful in coaching. There are some reasons for that. The first reason is you must have seen plants. You must be having plants at your home. A plant is either growing or dying. पौधा जब बढ़ना बंद हो जाता है, मर जाता है. Agree with me? So if you are growing your knowledge, if you are expanding your knowledge, your business will continue growing step by step. The day you stop learning, your growth will stop automatically. Second thing is, people don't invest in their knowledge. They don't learn new skills. And if you don't learn new skills, who is going to lose? You, of course. So if you want to be successful, you have to keep on learning new skills day in and day out. लगातार सीखना पड़ेगा आपको. Then the third reason is that some people don't have full knowledge and they start doing the things, they start working with half knowledge, which is always dangerous. Okay. And the fourth reason is people want everything for free. And boss, there are no free lunches. Free में कुछ नहीं मिलता, जितना कुछ मिलता है उससे काम होता नहीं है. Let me be very frank. I have given you a hell lot of knowledge, but this knowledge is not enough for you to take your coaching business ahead. This can be a stepping stone, but you will need to learn much more if you want to implement the things. Okay. Now you have got two choices. Either you can do it on your own by investing a lot of money and by investing a lot of time, just trial and error, or you can join our coaching, which we are going to announce next month. So keep watching the webinars which are going to come in the future. And if you want, you can join.